Hello, I'm Paul Dajcik, founder of Elastic Steel, Method of Athletic Conditioning. Today I would like to talk to you about certain aspects of martial arts, the paths of least resistance, and we're going to focus on the angles of attack. Okay? Now, to draw some parallels, I would like for you to think about a lion. Okay? A lion is a natural killer. He hunts, that's how he eats. So let's think about a lion waking up in the morning and thinking, I'm going to eat today, okay? And there's a bunch of gazelles running around, okay? Now let's compare a lion and a gazelle. A lion is much bigger than a gazelle. It's heavier, it's stronger. It may not necessarily be faster than every gazelle, but it has enough speed. Let's imagine a gazelle and a lion facing each other. Let's say a gazelle, for whatever reason, decided to charge a lion, or a herd of gazelles decided to charge a lion. Do you think a lion is going to run straight into those gazelles? No, it won't. It will not run into them, and probably not because it fears the horn of a gazelle. It's just not going to charge them straight in. It can do it much easier. In the natural world, even a bigger animal does not want to go straight head-on into a smaller animal. Now, imagine that you are in a ring. Usually when you go in a ring, you get matched up against an opponent that is equal to you in size and strength and skill, okay? And now you're going to go straight in toward your opponent. It's not a smart move, is it? So we're going to look at this right now as a more realistic example, exploring the possibilities of what you can do when you're lined up against your opponent, okay? If your opponent has a number of factors, opponent has perfect balance. Remember, balance can never be 360 degrees, but he can center his balance against you. If your opponent has perfect sense of distance, he knows exactly where you are and where he is. If your opponent has his complete attention on you and clear state of mind, if your opponent has his shield against you, remember, he cannot shield everything at all times, but he can position himself to give you the least target possible. And if your opponent has his weapons on you, remember, if he is ready to fight in this direction, his weapons are ready to attack in this direction, okay? His weapons are not ready to attack here or here or here. He may be able to throw some kind of weak punch or weak kick to the side, but he's been training for many years to attack in one direction, okay? So going right at your opponent is not a smart idea. Unfortunately, in a lot of schools, people stand in front of a mirror or in front of a target, sometimes taking a step, sometimes not taking a step, going ki punch, ki kick, multiple times over and over and over, and then bad habits develop. Let's explore this situation a little bit further. So here you see two opponents lined up completely against each other, okay? I have my balance on him, I have my weapons on him, I have my defense on him, and at the same time I have my attention on him. Okay? Now, if it so happens that I'm here, and my weapons are in this direction, my shield is in this direction, my balance is in this direction, my attention is in this direction, and he attacks me from here, there's nothing I can do. Okay? That would be him attacking me from a 90-degree angle. Okay? Now, what happens if he attacks me from a 45-degree angle? What happens if he attacks me from a 10-degree angle? Okay? So, if there's a slight shift in an angle, my weapons are here. I'm not positioned to strike that way. I don't have the balance to strike that way. I will go off balance. My balance is here. My attention is here. My shield is here. I'm not protected from here. Maybe I can do something, but chances are I'm not protected. Okay? So the same thing happens in the opposite direction. If he is here, his attention is here. If I can get myself into this position and all his alignment is in this direction, his attention, his shield, his weapons, his balance, okay, everything is aligned in this direction, and I come in this way with punches, kicks, whatever I come in, he's not going to be able to answer me. In the best case scenario, maybe he'll be able to block something, maybe 1 or 2 shots, but not anymore after that. He will fall off balance, he will have to turn, and I'll still get him while he's turning. Okay? So, what you have to do is either get the person to change his angle or change yourself on an angle close to them. So I want to be here or I want to be here. Obviously, I do not want to attack straight in. Okay? Or I want to get him to change his angle. There's many ways of getting him to change his angle. Okay, change the angle. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't want to be here. I want to be here. And if now I get a chance to attack him on an angle. Okay, and there's ways of me making him do that. At the same time, if we lined up, there's a way for me to get on an angle to him quickly enough so that he doesn't have a chance to line up. Okay, stepping, faking, many other ways of doing it. Okay. Now, the question is, what if you attack the person straight in? Okay? Now, if I attack the person straight in, his guards are ready for me. His weapons are ready for me. He's in balance against me. His attention is on me. Okay? Maybe he even has a good distance. Okay? He has what's called stationary distance and dynamic distance. Stationary distance is he's in a perfect distance to kick and punch. In dynamic distance, he will adjust it. If I move forward, he'll move back because that's the distance he wants. If I move back, he'll move forward because that's the distance he wants. Maybe he'll stay in a distance that's better for him than for me. Okay, maybe I have less reach and I want to be here. Maybe I have longer reach and I want to be here, but he's controlling the distance. On top of the fact that he has his complete weapons on me, attention on me, shielding me, balancing me, and many, many other things. Okay? So unless I can take one or more of those things away from him, I will not attack straight in. Okay? I will not attack straight in. When you attack from an angle, it doesn't matter if he has the balance. It doesn't matter if he has the attention, the weapons, the shield. It doesn't matter if he has the proper position. Okay? It doesn't matter if he sees the right target on me because it's here and I'm attacking from here. Okay? So there's many ways for me to either get an angle to him and attack, leaving him completely defenseless, okay? Maybe not to my first or second shot, but after that I'll definitely be able to score. Or to get him to change an angle, okay? Change an angle this way, okay? So now he's lining up this way and I'm lining up here. There's a way for me to make him do that, and this way, once again, I put myself in a much better position. Now what a lot of people do is they just attack. They attack straight in. They attack straight in without taking their opponent's balance away, their shield away, their guard away, their weapons away, anything, their attention. They just attack straight in. If you do that, chances are, unless you're very lucky, you're not going to score. And part of the training is to be able to realize when you can attack and when you cannot attack. Now that you have some food for thought, I would like for you to analyze your own sparring. Okay, if you can record it, look through it. See how you attack. Do you attack straight in? Do you make angles? If you make angles, does your opponent follow you? Do you make him make angles, or do you make angles yourself? Is there any setup? Do you make angles when your opponent is strong? Remember, if your opponent is in strong position, you'll angle, he'll angle. Okay, and he'll turn to you. He'll turn his weapons, his guard, his attention, his balance to you. Okay? So you have to do something. You have to possibly get him off balance. Possibly fake him. You have to do something to allow yourself to get an angle on him. Or you have to get him to angle himself and then put yourself in a favorable position. Okay? So talk to your instructor. Maybe your instructors can get you some pointers how to adjust your sparring game. At the same time, I also welcome you to take my seminar, 15 Weeks, Warrior Strategy Seminar, where we cover a lot of this information. Good luck.